Hello, commoners. Welcome back to another episode of Planet Zoo Boarding School. To start this video off today, we will be just moving the lion habitat. So if you've seen my previous few episodes of the series, the lion habitat was kind of just put in to make money really quickly because we desperately needed money in the zoo because we were about to go broke and bankrupt. So it was just like glass walls in a square, and there was almost no nature or anything interesting in it. So I had been promising for a while that I will, move the lion habitat and make it look nicer, make it look better. So that is what we are doing currently. I decided to put it next to the aardvarks and the Nile monitors because they have low appeal. So I want to kind of draw appeal in that terrain that I just made there look like a penis. That's why I changed it. But anyway, I wanted to draw some of the crowd over here, and the lions are the best way to do that. And like I said, the Nile monitors and the aardvarks wouldn't have done that very well because they have a really low appeal. So that's what I'm going to try to do with the rest of the zoo. I'm going to try to kind of mix the appeal around. So, like, for instance, the jaguar's appeal is really high, and so is the jungle squad's appeal, but the llama appeal is really low. So I put the llamas in between both of them to make the guests kind of go everywhere instead of just going to the high appeal places and then ignoring the rest of the zoo. I downloaded Pride Rock from the Steam Workshop. So this is Pride Rock from the Lion King, and it works pretty well for the most part, but I do have to I had to make a path up to it for them to even go up there, and they still haven't gone up there. But I checked, and it is traversable. Like, they can go up there, and they can go inside of it. There's actually there's a cave in there, I want to say, and then there's like bedding, so that way it counts as a shelter area. So they should go in there and sleep, but I just have not gotten them to do that yet. So hopefully they do that soon, because I really want to have a nice little video recording of them standing at the end of Pride Rock. That'd be awesome. But okay, so that basically does it there for like the terraining aspect of it, and then now I just have to add the nature in, and that will be it. And this is African safari, so it's like grassland basically, I think, is all the lions are. And they don't need water. The only reason I added the water was simply just because it makes the habitat look better. Like, I feel like almost all habitats should have some sort of watering hole or something, like some sort of water. Obviously, unless it's like Arctic or something like that, then not so much, but there should always be something, in my opinion. So I try to add something usually, but not always. And underneath of kind of that viewpoint there, I added a climbing area. I just did that just so that would be filled out more, because it's hard to fill it all out. And then I put some lights in the shelter area just because it was super dark in there. And the shelter area is just like the previous shelter area that I built for the Nyalas, actually. So it was a couple habitats ago, but I built the same type of thing for the Nyalas. All right, now pay attention to the little cubs that are spawning in, and watch this one try to escape. Okay. I literally just saved that lion from certain death. It probably would not have died, but that was insanely scary what I just saw. Wow, I didn't realize that they had to have climb proof. Oh my word. And 9.5 or 9.9 feet. There's no way this is tall enough to keep these lions in. Might have another lion debacle. Gosh, that was scary. At first I didn't even realize what was going on. I think I can just make it climb proof. Maybe not this one, I guess. Yes, climb proof. What? Oh. There we go. Okay. Okay, I saw him, dude. He wanted to. I swear those lions got it out for me or something, because they are the only animals in the zoo that have escaped or tried to escape on me so far. And I don't know what is going on with that. It's probably just because I keep messing their habitat up, but I don't know why it's always them. So up next, I'm just showing off some scenery stuff, and I'll explain that a little bit. So I've only showed you guys a small section of the aquatic area where I added a swamp in and then put the staff area in there. And that's the only scenery I've really showed off in the main series. So I want to show you guys kind of what goes into the scenery adjustments, so that way you know what it looks like. And then when you see that the zoo all of a sudden is transformed a little bit, you know kind of like what went into that. But other than this bit of scenery that I'm showing you, I probably won't show this off other than in the half episodes that I make. So if you don't know yet, I do make like 0.5 episodes. I think I have like a 3.5 episode out right now, and then I'll probably have like a 7.5 or an 8.5 soon. That just strictly shows off terrain adjustments, scenery adjustments, and things like that. That is a little bit more boring, but there are a group of people that watch these videos that enjoy watching the terraining and the scenery and stuff like that. So I always like to put that out for them. But like I said, for now, I'm just showing this off just so you know what it looks like. And I'm only doing a small section here, just the section that you've seen, and then one other small section, and then that's it. And then everything else will be in those half episodes. But basically, when doing scenery adjustments and training and things, you just have to really think about what it's going to look like. So you have to put in trees, flowers, and then like obviously all different types of plants in general. But then on top of that, you have to put in the paintings, the sculptures, and then hills and water, bridges, everything that you can possibly find in the game. You really have to use it, because there isn't too much in the game unless you're downloading stuff from Steam Workshop, which I do that sometimes here and there. But for the most part, I use a lot of the original stuff in the game. So it just takes a lot of creativity in using things that you don't really, that aren't meant for what you're using it for. So you have to, use something for a handle that's not a handle, or use something for like a pole that's really just supposed to be a column to a building. Just all sorts of different things to make it look different, because you don't want the whole zoo to look the same using the same scenery across the whole thing, because that starts to look boring, and it's very easy to get caught up in doing the same thing over and over, because like I said, there isn't that much in the game to really use. But that's the completed scenery block there. And then this is a little bit across the way. So this is basically just right across the lion habitat from the scenery adjustments that we just made. So there's that block, there's the lion habitat, and then there's this. And this is just a pond. I like to do this. I like to just kind of put in a break, and a pond is a really good way to do that. Another good way is like a big wall, or lots of sculptures and stuff like that. But for this one, I'm kind of doing like a pond, and then a waterfall that goes down, and a couple bridges that go up over this. It just makes it feel more realistic. And the only reason I do this is just to put a break in between the habitats, because I don't like to have habitats back to back to back, but I also don't like to have them too spread out. So I'll usually put 2 or 3 habitats next to each other, and then put a break, and then 2 or 3 more habitats, and then another break, and then so on and so forth. So what I'm showing you right now is just the monorail. So in the last episode I built this, and I put this little stop here in the Asia area that I have not even started doing anything with yet, but I wanted there to be a stop there. So I put this stop in the Asian area, and I didn't realize that guests are not going to climb up there and use it. So basically no guests are going up from this stop and using these empty ones, so they are not continuing on. And it's making it so the whole monorail system gets clogged up right here and nobody can use the monorail system. I don't know how I'm going to fix it yet, but I'll figure it out eventually, I think, hopefully. Megan Thee Stallion with King Latifah. Okay, so we're starting to get into some of the second generation stuff now, baby. It's going to start getting mad confusing. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Oh, boy. Body, second gen, is trying to inbreed with the baby, which I believe is the father. Oh no, so it's his brother. I think it already happened though. So I think she's already pregnant. Yeah. Shoot. Well, I guess we're gonna have some inbred llamas by accident. Alright, so I just looked up how much space I would need for the African elephants, and I would need, if I had one male and 14 females, which is the maximum, I would need about 120,000 square feet of land and about 15,000 square feet of water. And that, compared to the hippo habitat, is pretty close. It's not quite the same. It's not quite as big, but it is still pretty close. The hippo habitat is 150,000 and 84,000 for land and then water. But also the hippo habitat is over the requirements, like well over the requirements. I'm naming the aardvark habitat possums ? Because in my opinion they look just like possums, but the African version. Not opossums, opossums. And not opossums, possums. I'm gonna name this one large lizards, because that's all they are to me. It's just large lizards. I mean, look at these things. How big even are they? How big are these freaking Nile monitors, or whatever you call them? They're 7 feet long. That is insane. This does not look like it's 7 feet long. Not even in the least bit. Probably because my habitat for them is like way too big or something, but either way, that ain't no 7 feet. That's no human size. They're saying that that thing is as big as that guy. No way. This thing is 1.76 meters, which is 5'7" or so. I just don't, I can't believe it. It's like, I don't really know how to compare it, but I'll zoom in really close. Like this. That's the size of my mouse compared to it. Okay, now I have to go get really close to the humans. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't believe it. I think their scale is wrong. I don't believe it. It's a ruse. It's a bamboozle. Anyway, they're named large lizards because that's what they are. The lion habitat is just going to be the Bible characters. There we go. That's solid. This one's gonna be war deer. because they just look like warriors to me, but in deer form, just with their crazy looking paint. That's not actually paint, it's just their fur. I already actually named this one, I just didn't get it on recording, but the hippo's name for their habitat is Jabba's Palace, as you can see up there. And it's just because these dudes just remind me of Jabba the Hutt. If you're a Star Wars fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. Hopefully you also see the resemblance. Let's see if I can find one. Okay, so this one over here, just like look at, let me get this off screen. Okay, just look at like the neck area, and then this, like the hand, the leg area, and just like those fat rolls are what give me that Jabba feel. And then also the mouth. I know that Jabba's mouth is, or his face is like flat, more, at least more flat than the hippo's faces are. But just imagine if you were to flatten this hippo's face, and then but leave all the facial features like the same. The nose and the mouth just give me huge Jabba the Hutt vibes. So that's my explanation for why this is Jabba's Palace. And that leads me into the next one. I named the pygmy hippos mini huts because they're literally just miniature hippos in my mind. So they are the mini huts. And this one's really stupid, but I named the otter habitat the otter dimension, meaning like the other dimension. And I was just trying to figure out a word play on otter. That basically the word play I was going for was other for otter, but I could not think of like the other anything. I could not think of anything famous from the other. I could do The Others. I think that's a show, but that's not that good. So anyway, if you could think of something that is funny, that is the otter something, then leave it in the comment section below, because I will probably use it, because the otter dimension isn't that cool, but you can see what I'm going for, so please help me. Okay, so as we know, the dwarf caimans are incest and they're crazy. So I just named them Florida, and then that just led me to name the crocs that are right next door Louisiana. So that's the explanation for those guys. Sorry, Floridians and Louisianians. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Louisianians. You can correct me on that if you want me to. If you want to. Named the tortoise habitat surplus on babies for obvious reasons. So the number of guests in the zoo has like skyrocketed, as you can see here, but we're up to 4,000 right now, and I have a challenge to get to 5,000 guests. So basically that's the goal right now, but like I think I was only at like 2,500 just a couple of episodes ago. The zoo is growing so fast, just episode to episode. It's kind of nuts, especially like the guest numbers really are growing a lot. I think that my guest limit is like 6,000 is what I have it capped at. I might make it more depending on how much lag I get, but I feel like it's not going to be long before we're at 6,000. So in the pygmy habitat, there's only one male. I named him Zero, and that is after Zero the Hutt. And if you've seen Star Wars The Clone Wars, then you know who I'm referencing. I named the male hippo in Jabba's Palace Jabba for obvious reasons. So I did name most of the hippos, the pygmy hippos and the regular hippos, after famous huts, just to let you know, but I'm not going to go through and show you all of them, because there are a lot. I have no idea what to name the jaguar habitat. As of right now, it's just jaguars. I cannot think of anything. So if you have any good ideas, let me know in the comment section. So Nicki Minaj had offspring. I'm not sure who the father is. I can't remember. Oh, it's the baby. So do we just make it easy and I'll just do the Nicki, just like I did with Cardi? Then we'll know who the baby's kids all are. That's the name that I just placed is Fanny. Fanny Shepherd. This is Fanny Shepherd. Everybody's gotta call her like Big Fanny or Little Fanny or something like that. Like, you can't have the first name Fanny and not be getting called that kind of stuff, you know? That's made me want to go through and start naming our staff. getting to know our staff. So I'm gonna, if I can think of something funny to name them, then I'm going to do that. If I can't think of something funny to name them, then I'm gonna name them what I think their name should be based on what they look like. This girl's name is Kristen, and I am fully on board. Kristen, that's a Kristen. Definitely a Kristen. So Planet Zoo did good on that one. Up next we got Landon. Landon. Ooh. I think this guy's more of a Tony. Yeah, definitely a Tony. Does he have dyed hair? Tony, you got a wig on, don't you, Tony? Oh my. Oh my, Tony. We got Marcos up next. Marcos? Yeah, that's definitely a Marcos. Yeah, I'm all for it. Yep. What we got here? Patrick. Yeah, definitely a Pat. Man, Planet Zoo doing good with their names. What we got? Gail. No, not Gail. This is either Chad. No, definitely not a Chad, but like Kevin. Yeah, definitely a Kevin. Also, his last name is Cowley. I might as well just make it Cow, right? Kevin Cow. Oh, wait, we got an actual Tony up in here. Let's see. Ooh, that's a solid Tony. Tony with an E. I like it. Tony with an E. He has the name Dragon in there, so it's just going to be Tony Dragon. Tony dragging my nuts across his face. Ah. Ooh, wait. Donna. Yeah, but I'm thinking it's going to be Donna with two N's. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. It wasn't... She's not a Donna with one N. She's a Donna with two N's. Hawk? Okay. Seems fake. Renato Lawrence. Renato. Never even heard of the name Renato before. This guy just looks like a really nice guy, and I'm just trying to think of like the nicest name. Like when you come across a guy and then you hear a specific name, it always is like, yeah, that's a nice guy. I'm thinking Derek. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. She looks like she has been dipping. Like, she looks like she's been chawing on that tobacco and she had to get like a piece of her chin removed or something. And then I don't even know what to make of this whole region. What in the world? What is your name? Carrie? Yeah, it's spelled all fucked up. Yeah, that's you, yeah. Yep. Okay. Move on to this guy. I'm thinking Steve for this guy. We'll see what his real name is. Emmanuel. Except for we know what his real name is. It's Steve. Steve Gout. So in the last episode I showed the veterinary surgery, but check this out. This is the staff room. I'll just like highlight all the detail in here real quick. Like, yeah, there's the plant and the pictures. That picture, I don't even know where they got that from. But then you got the TV, the little gaming system. They got a bunch of games too. I don't think that, yeah, there's not a name on the game. They got a little VCR, some movies. And then the plants, whatever these are down here, whatever those books are. Little beanbag chair. We got some elephant mags over here, some home furnishing mags, or some home improvement mags. A basketball, and then a basketball hoop for the trash can. Got a guitar, some more books, lockers, darts, like a dartboard, but then also with the darts all being missed, which is kind of funny. Got the donuts, a piggy bank. I don't know what for. I guess for the donuts probably. That looks like some sort of chocolates. Somebody using their computer using like too many extension cords in my opinion. Even though I think it's only one, but it's still just that's sketchy, man. You don't run your cord across the floor like that. Dog runs through. Bam, your computer's gone. Oh, some more home improvement stuff. Looks like we got some Apple Jacks maybe here, but it's actually Gamp, Ofo. Got the water cooler, of course. Nice trash can, microwave, cutting board. Some cool coffee cups. Dishes in the sink. More cereal. More cereal up there. Paper towels. And then a bunch of magnets. Basketball. A cool little vacuum cleaner. Is this a D&D dice? Is that? Okay. Okay, hang on a second. Okay. This is my D&D dice. Like, this is my Dungeons and Dragons dice set box. Tell me that this on the screen is not a D&D dice set box. She is
homely looking.
Yeah. She is fucked. That's gonna be in my video for sure. She is fucked. See, he's fine. Well, she's just fucked. Like,
it's just that eyeshadow, dude. And she's
in her mouth.
She has a
Look at her
schnoz
mouth.
on her too.
Dude, I didn't even see the size of the nose.
She got a big ol' honker, and her eyes are just so small. They did her real dirty.
Yeah, they fucked her around.